Hello, my name is Abiel Montanez, looking to earn my degree in Integrative General Studies. In this endeavor, I've been tasked to going into my service learning project where I've lent my services to various organizations in order to infer what drives the other volunteers present. In this presentation, I need to go over my learning goals for this project and infer what the various circumstances of what leads one to make a collaborative effort amongst others. With that being said, let's get on with it. Going into this assignment, I wanted to understand what constituted civic engagement through the lens of active and informed participation of individuals in the community, driven by a personal desire to contribute to shared goals. Not as much as simply performing the task given, but in embracing this role in a larger social stratum, where one identifies their individual strengths and motivations, bringing their best effort to serve the immediate good by volunteering in said events. So, in recognizing both personal and collective agency, individuals can act in just according to said community by balancing this protagonist feeling with a true understanding of the values of everyone else involved. It can be considered where the individual and society can have an impact on community success. Through this exercise, I delved into how this might coincide with the 7 C's of leadership, where, in this case, an individual's sense of purpose stems from their authentic inner drives being balanced with their various beliefs and responsibilities. In so doing, I sought to make my learning goals, understanding people's protagonist feeling, and know how that in understanding their place in being means how well they contribute to the larger goal overall. To do such, I sought to ask the various volunteers a series of questions like, why do you volunteer here? What part about this makes you feel satisfied? What do you think success here means? And is being here enough, or is there something else you're needed to do besides right now? These will help infer the various reasons and drives that help foster this collaborative engagement being held at these various events. My first event to attend was this one here, for Volunteer UCF in Make a Poster with Vote Writers, where we're all tasked with making posters and spreading awareness for voter ID. In this event, I met Mohammed Solanki, where he was kind enough to spare a couple of moments of his time to partake in this discussion. Alright, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Mohammed Solanki. I'm a computer science major at UCF, and I'm also part of the U-Lead program here at UCF.
Alright then. Alright, so why did you volunteer to make posters?
It was part of my U-Lead program that I'm in. I was looking through the calendar and I wanted to also get some hours in, but also just wanted to find kind of, because I do like to volunteer a lot in the community, and this was just one of the things that popped up. I'm like, definitely I want to try to do this. Mm-hmm. I also like the creativity of it, so I'm like, okay, let me just give it a shot to make a poster.
What part about this makes you feel satisfied?
For the audience of it. It's actually UCF campus. It's supposed to be on UCF campus, us students, and to educate them more about like how they can actually vote and use their voice. That definitely makes me feel satisfied.
What do you think success here means?
Success here would mean that the poster that I made, even if one student actually looks at it and actually does end up doing it, and if I'm able to kind of, I don't know, maybe share something that educate them in a way through the poster and kind of make them realize that they can actually use the voice and they actually do it, that's success for me, even if it's just one student.
Alright, is being here enough, or is there something else you're needing to do besides what's going on right now?
Right now, being here I think is enough. I think I'm content with where I am, what I'm doing, and the choices that I've made. And but I'm definitely looking forward to what's next to come.
Alrighty, yeah, well, that should be it. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So, from Muhammad's various answers, we can go over how being a part of U-Lead feeds into his motivations of being here in this event, while also fulfilling a desire to volunteer, which coalesces with a fulfilling program requirement and an intrinsic interest, thus fulfilling objectives 1 and 2, where multifaceted motivations, values, and community connections drive civic engagement. Upon my volunteering efforts with the nonprofit in Annabelle's Closet, it came across to me here how impactful a single person's vision could be, as this nonprofit aided in helping wives who were made destitute from harmful spouses, quite literally having to leave with nothing but the clothes on their backs. And it's where we procured everything a household would need, from basic amenities to even toys for children. Not only that, but I was able to attend a purse auction being hosted here by the folks. Here, I was able to exercise a bit of previously established skill and aid in the auctioning of purchases.
Gorgeous. Again, one of those pieces that will never, ever go out of style. Worth $1,200. So for this one, we're going to start the bid for our VIPs in the room at $500. Start the bid at $500. We've got $500 looking for $525.
Which the funds would go directly to the nonprofit. In this, I interviewed a fellow by the name of Edgar Patrice, where he was kind enough to lend me his time and what I asked him.
Alright, my name is Edgar Patrice, and my major is biomedical sciences.
Thank you. Alright, and why did you volunteer here?
So I've been actually wanting to volunteer for a while. Like, this is like my first time getting into volunteering. So I got into the volunteering online with the UCF, and then I ended up here.
Alright, and what part about this makes you feel satisfied?
Just knowing that I'm helping out people in need, I feel like that brings a lot of satisfaction to me, knowing that I'm in a place where I could help out other people.
Alright, now, what do you think success here means?
Success, I'd say people that are in need, that are getting help from like me and other individuals. I feel like as long as like we keep helping them out, I feel like we could call that a success in my eyes.
Oh. And is being here enough, or is there something else you're needed to do besides right now?
I think it's definitely not enough. I feel like we could keep doing more because there's so many people out there that are in need, and so many of us that are in a place to help them out. So I feel like we could keep doing our job and just helping those that need it.
All right. And if you describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
I think empathy, because I really feel for those that I see people that are in need, and just knowing that I could help them out just brings a lot of happiness towards me.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
From this, we can definitely infer a deep-seated desire to help in Edgar, where he connects with people in need to seeing himself as part of a larger group of, and leveraging the opportunities provided by the university in his endeavor to assist those in need. I found his empathy to be unwavering, and the kind that represents a responsibility that is often vital to have in civic engagement. The next event I found myself at would be at the Knights Give Back event. In this event, there was one amongst many of areas I could volunteer for. Through this, I ended up in the Serve, where uprooting much in the way of invasive species, such as the Abrus precatorius plant, where it ended up taking up much of the floral ecosystem. So all of us attending ended up uprooting plenty of these plants up off the ground, even some reaching up as far as the canopy of the trees. In this event, I met with another volunteer named Kevin, where we ended up in the same group pulling up weeds together, and so I came to ask him these series of questions.
Okay. Ready when you are.
Hi, what's up? I'd like to ask, why did you volunteer here?
So I volunteered here for a couple reasons. wanted some service hours for my leadership class. And between this, the what's called some project I forgot the name of it, and the food and homeless shelter pantry thing. I ended up going with this because they needed people to help, and just figured why not give it a shot. So that's basically why I guess part of it is also give me some experience in being a leader. So there's that too.
Gotcha. All right. And so, what part about this makes you feel satisfied?
Well, we were pulling out the plans, and I don't really know how to explain it, but something about that, the feeling of pulling out plans repeatedly was kind of satisfying, you know? But it's also kind of gratifying, though, that we're, in small portions helping the environment by removing these invasive species. We're making sure our environment is sustained and this park keeps its beauty. So that's satisfying.
Great. What do you think success here means?
Well, I mean, we only really focus on a small portion of the park. It's a really big park, right? But I think being able to demonstrate that we're capable of making these small differences and hopefully inspire other people to follow our footsteps and kind of do the same. Maybe if everybody contributes a little bit, then this park will eventually be entirely rid of all the invasive species. So I think that'd be pretty successful in my opinion.
All right. And is being here enough, or is there something else you're meaning to do besides right now?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I wanted to get some service hours, so that was probably my main priority. But I like, not me personally, I know other people that are here that are just here because they want to help out. They like knowing that helping out is something they can just take part of their weekend to do. And I respect that, I think that's really nice of them that they're willing to give up part of their weekends to come help us park. And it's really selfless, because it has no impact on them, but they still decide to do it. So I think that's really cool. As for me, again, it's mostly really the hours. But like those people, I'm happy knowing that even if it's for hours or for helping the park, I took time out of my weekend to do something important.
Yeah, got you there. Well, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
In this interview, we can see how personal growth and civic duty with service hours being his primary motivator in this endeavor, but also begins to recognize the deeper intrinsic rewards in recognizing the power of collaborative effort. His vision of everybody contributes a little bit suggests he defines individual goals being shared within immediate impactful goals. So, during this discussion, delving into various motivators and desires for these volunteers participating in civic engagement in one form or another. In this understanding, coming to know one's personal story demonstrates an aptitude in leadership which coincides with one of the 7 C's in listening. Though we often mean this as a way in garnering feedback, it is also to understand one's personal story and motivation. And when it comes to collaborative effort and civic engagement, it comes down to an understanding of multiple stories and various backgrounds. Be they from Muhammad, Edgar, Kevin, or many others in any of these particular events, and including yourself, when putting together so many individual narratives together for collective effort, the one who strings together each one and everyone's stories is an example of leadership I've come to understand in this assignment, and one I seek to emulate in my future endeavors.